All right, Louis Porcelino, manovermarket.com. It's lunchtime, so let's do a quick video. Had a question this morning. Okay, so we came in this morning, and the 5 minute pivot was sitting right here, 213, basically 214. Okay, and I said I want to trade from the long side unless we get a violation of the 5 minute pivot, right? And this is the problem when you get these big moves up and so on, right? So so I got a question from a listener who's listening, listens to the videos, right? A 5 minute close underneath here is a violation of the pivot. So if you were buying against that pivot and you got that 5 minute close, see what happens on my chart is that we got the 5 minute close and the two dots appear up here. You see these two dots? And now the 5 minute pivot's moving down. So it goes to a sell. Basically, it's negated the buy. So that's how you get that. So then I looked to sell rallies. So I sold this first rally right here, okay, and I wrote them down to, and I posted on the site that we're getting to the Valley area low or high, and that 206 was the bull bear zone. So given the strength of the market and in fundamentals at that point, I was looking and saying, you know what, I'm not gonna, and also it's gotten to this line here, which is our VWAP line and an exhaustion area. So I flattened out. All right. So the key becomes now, you know, here's the problem, and what I'm going to tell you now with about the 5 minute pivot, right? The 5 minute pivot now, when the market gets like this and it gets two sided. So there's a couple things going on. Here's today's action. Here's the mode at 375. Here's all this from the opening. Okay. So, I mean, all this straight down, we could be going to fill that up and get up to 2,000 a quarter right here and still not take out the 5 minute pivot. It could be still in a sell. I look at the bottom here, it doesn't look finished to me, right? We got this. The problem is that we're in the middle. We're in the middle. And does it look like we're starting to form a P? I don't know. It's going to be trading around here like this for the next couple hours because we're going to be at lunchtime. So you take a look at the high of value right here. We've rejected now a couple times, 16 even. All right. And then the low of value would be down here at 11 and a quarter. So I'm thinking that we're going to be stuck in this range. So it's like flipping a coin. Even though the 5 minute pivot is way up here and in a sell, okay, it's in a sell, okay. This market could trade up to 18 and a half. Well, 17 and a quarter would be the low of the first 5 minutes. So you had a high of 20 and a quarter, right? And you got a low of 17 and a quarter, right? So getting back inside that would be bullish, all right? But we could chop around between now, okay, between the two value area, high and low, for the next 2 hours before this market makes up its mind, and it could go either way. So that's why I'm saying to you that it's difficult to trade from the to make a trade from the middle. And the pivot is telling us that it's negative. So you want to trade from the short side. But we could go back and take all this back and not take out the pivot. Right? And you're going to be sitting through all this heat. So you're better off, if you want to get a short, is the play is to short it up here against the pivot. So that's what that's why I'm coming back to explain that to you guys right now. So the play was to short the opening, all time highs. There's probably no interest, and everybody came in and sold it down. And then this rally, okay, off the lows was the next play. And then right now, if you're in the market, it's either way. You're going to go up or down. So you got to just kind of sit on your hands right now, and that's that's the hard part because you end up getting yourself chopped up in these areas when you don't do that. All right. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I mean, the market can go up to the highs or back down to the lows. We're in the middle. And, basically, you know, we're up 9 points. The Dow's up 88. TF is up 4, and Q up 7. You know, that's telling you the fundamentals are saying that we're bullish. But with all this action, you don't know what could happen at this point. So I would stay out of the trade until we can break out of these ranges. Okay, until we can break out of the ranges. All right, Louis Porcelino, manovermarket.com. So the question was, what? How do you get a violation of the pivot? You go through the pivot price and you get a 5 minute close below it, and when that happens, automatically for us the pivot gets up to. It was thrown up to. It's a calculated rotation from the where the pivot gets violated, and now you can see it's moving down, and the pivot's sitting basically right above the high of the day. So, all right, Louis Porcelino, Man Over Market, and good luck trading. Thank you. Bye.